joined right now by Joe Stripling, all-around fighter. Sir, thank you for the time. How you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. Thanks for having me on.
So, let's talk about your background in fighting real quick. Seems like you do it all. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA. Am I leaving anything out that you've competed in?
No, I was supposed to do the first bare knuckle fight main event, but I actually broke my hand like about 2 weeks before the fight, so I didn't get to fight bare knuckle. But that would have been on my resume as well. I do love fighting, so I'll do anything. I do pro wrestling, so it's just something to keep my mind off of the daily life.
Bare knuckle, is that something you're still interested in attempting?
We'll see. I'm looking to. I love Muay Thai. Muay Thai is my life. It's my passion. They are bringing Lithway to America next year, and I'm trying to get on the Lithway card. It's pretty much, it's like Muay Thai, but you can add headbutts. So I'm excited to be able to do that as well. So hopefully I'm on that card. But right now I'm just focusing on Muay Thai and my next opponent of Tyler East at USKA for the heavyweight pro Muay Thai title.
Not wanting to get sidetracked from there, but from this love of fighting, how did you get into pro wrestling at all?
I just love pro wrestling. I've been watching it since I was a little kid, when I could. But when I got into late high school and college, I was watching it a lot, and I always wanted to do it. It was on my bucket list. So last year, I made a call and asked if I could go try out for this team, for this wrestling organization, and I did. And then I started wrestling, but I started getting offers to fight for the first time in 3 years. So I've been juggling wrestling and fighting for the last year or so, trying to do both, which is getting a little tough at the moment.
How active then are you with your professional wrestling career?
I only did 3 matches so far this year. I believe it's a lot harder than people think. Slams are real. Taking bumps are real. Getting hit is real. We do chop each other. So I don't mind all that aspect, but transitioning not to be able to punch someone in the face is a lot different than in real life. So it's a different. It's just a different animal. I could say it like that.
So how much different is the pro wrestling character Bazooka Joe Stripling from the real Joe Stripling?
All right, so Bazooka Joe Stripling is my fight thing. I'm very nice. I'm always, let's say I'm happy-go-lucky all the time. But my pro wrestling character, I'm a heel, so I'm a bad guy. So I'm constantly just berating people and making them feel bad about themselves. Not just my opponents, but the fans as well. So it's complete opposite change from real life. But I actually really like it. It makes me do something I'm not used to doing, and I enjoy it a lot.
And now getting to why we're here, the fighting. How long has martial arts, fighting, competing in martial arts been a part of your life?
I started karate when I was 6 or 7, till I was about 18 years old. Competed all over the East Coast for karate. And then I joined a jiu-jitsu gym, and I had a fight a month later, ended up winning, and then a year later I turned professional. Back then in 2006 I turned pro. There wasn't a lot of fighters, so I took a fight as a pro fight right away because it was really hard to find amateur fights at the time. So I went and fought, and I did really good. I went undefeated for my first 3 fights, and then I lost to a couple guys who made it to the UFC in a row. So it was kind of like, okay, for MMA, it wasn't a big deal. But then I found my Muay Thai coach, Eric Harner. He really took me under his wing and taught me Muay Thai. And it's like after about 2 or 3 days of Muay Thai, I loved Muay Thai. I really didn't care about the wrestling aspect of MMA and the jiu-jitsu. Even though I'm a purple belt, I really wanted to focus on Muay Thai. So my last 8 fights, I haven't done a jiu-jitsu or wrestling class for MMA at all. I was just doing all striking. And then I finally started being able to fight Muay Thai when heavyweights started being wanting to fight Muay Thai. So for about 2015, I was pro, my first pro Muay Thai fight, but I was a professional MMA fighter since 2006.
What was it like connecting more with Muay Thai? What was it about the sport, the training that connected with you?
I guess from the karate background of like being always on my feet and striking, that made sense. I was bullied as a kid a lot, so when I finally was able to stand up for myself, I realized that I could do damage on my feet, didn't have to worry about going to the ground. And then I guess that kind of just stuck with me. Plus, my trainer, Eric Connor, he really made me feel confident with Muay Thai. He believes I'm the best heavyweight in the country. And he said that since 2012 when I met him. He said you could be the best heavyweight Muay Thai fighter in the country. And it kind of stuck with me. It resonated with me. So I really want to make him proud. It was funny because I used to watch Nathan Corbett videos, being an MMA fighter. And I was like, man, this guy's some nasty elbows. I need to learn elbows. And that's what made me find my Muay Thai coach. So it all kind of comes full circle for me. I love Muay Thai. It's my passion. So I can't wait to showcase more skills on December 7th.
A while ago, with a cartwheel kick, you blew up the internet, got a lot of notoriety. Did you expect for a moment like that to happen in your career?
No, but I'm not surprised. I've thrown that cartwheel kick in another Muay Thai fight, and I've thrown it in an MMA fight. I landed the one MMA fight, but it wasn't really like a good flush kick. The other Muay Thai fight, the guy kind of saw it coming and stepped in, so I kind of hit him with the knee instead of my shin. So I didn't do as much damage. That kick is funny because people are like, oh, it's so devastating. Truthfully, it's more of like a flashy move just to end it around to make the judges feel like I'm winning the round. But it landed flush, and I've never had it land like that in training or anything. So I was very excited for it to land. And then Sanchai even reposted it and showed the video on his Instagram page, which was awesome because that's like big notoriety for myself and my gym and my trainers.
Right. What happens to you? What's that feeling when you see a legend of the sport sharing what you did? I understand how big that name is. What did that feel like to you?
Yeah, if anybody don't know, Sanchai is considered probably one of the best Muay Thai fighters ever, especially of our era. For him to repost that, it was funny. My trainer asked me, "How did you feel?" And I was like, "We made it." Like it was kind of like a moment in time where it's like, all right, now people know who I am, and I'll get some more recognition. And actually, I did after that fight. I signed to a bigger promotion, Lion Fight, and I fought for them for 2 times this year. So from that kick alone, I got more recognition right away. So I was very excited to be able to sign and fight on national TV and show America what heavyweights can do.
I was there when you fought Cody East. I was there for the first Lion fight. I remember the score went in his favor, and I'm not well versed enough in scoring Muay Thai to understand it. But what did you feel about that first fight?
Well, from the American side, I understand that he won. He landed more jabs and did more, I guess, devastating things. He dropped me in a second round. I've never been dropped in a fight ever in my life. So he dropped me with the overhand right to my ear, which was really, really, really nice punch. I'll give him credit. He was a really good, tough fighter. He was durable, man. Like, my pressure on people really gets to people, and he handled the pressure really well. But in Muay Thai in Thailand, I Muay Thai'd him. Like, my elbows scored more, my knees scored more, my kicks scored more than his punches. So, I thought I won, and even my corner thought I won, and then they said the decision. We were all kind of in shock, including a few of the other people who ran that organization. I don't care that I lost. I went 5 rounds and I showcased good Muay Thai. So, and I put heavyweights on the map. So that's what matters to me. I will say that I wish I had won that fight. But I think that's what all fighters wish they had. They wish they win every fight, but things happen. So.
And then it was supposed to be a rematch. Cody, I believe, sustains a cut, is unable to compete. And at Lion Fights 58, you pick up a second round victory.
Yeah, I TKO'd Hopalov with a knee to the face after him beating me up for the whole first round. So I'm a slow starter, as you can tell, in every fight. It's just kind of what the Muay Thai rules are in Thailand, which I need to stop doing that. But Hopalov came out, a lot of heavy leg kicks, and really just hurt my leg, shut my leg down. I started kind of landing stuff at the end of the round at first, came out in the second, and started just picking my apart in the second, and finished in the second round. So it was a really good fight. He's a really good, tough fighter, man. He's strong. He's from Canada, from one of the best teams in Canada, I believe, personally. So for me to beat him was like, yes, all right, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm back on it.
Telling us that you recognize that you're a slow starter. What is the mentality that you take into the beginning of a fight?
Always just kind of just like to feel out my opponents, see what they do. Especially as a heavyweight, a lot of guys start fast, and that was kind of like my downfall in MMA was being a slow starter for first round and kind of getting taken down or kind of getting like beat up a little bit on the feet. But then I started realizing what was going on in the second and third rounds when I was winning rounds. It's kind of what I still do in the Muay Thai. I was exposed a little bit with Cody, have my hands open and down a little bit, like Muay Thai fighters, but heavyweights need to fight their hands up. So I fixed that last fight, and I believe Cody's brother's going to come out hot and heavy, like his brother did, and be ready to try and knock me out. So I'm expecting that to happen, and I'm excited for this fight coming up here.
Does it feel like a coincidence fighting now the other brother?
No, the other promotion in life offered me Tyler, but then something happened, and I don't know how or what happened, but they gave me Hopalov instead. And I was okay with it. Like, it wasn't a big deal to me. Like, I'll fight anybody. I don't care who it is. I'll fight anybody in the country. I just believe that my skills are good enough to fight anybody. And win, lose, or draw, if I showcase good Muay Thai, that's what matters. In Thailand, it matters how many fights you have and who you fought, not your win-loss record. Yes, I'm 5-1, but truthfully, I can fight the best guys anywhere. And if I lost and showcase good Muay Thai, I'd be way happy just with that as well.
Thank you for answering the follow-up question before I got to jump in and ask it.
Sorry, man.
No, I was serious right there. Good job on you. Now, from the Cody fight, the fight over Popov, how much do you feel that you've evolved, developed now that you are being able to be competitive in Muay Thai? So I'm guessing you're able to focus more on it.
I'm excited to fight. I'm excited that my skill set is kind of like popping on all cylinders. It's been a while. I've been coaching my gym for 3 years, and I haven't really fought. It's just been me just training people and stuff. So this year, me being able to actually hit pads and do bag work and get full workouts in has made me like kind of refocus. And then that fight in March was my first fight back in 3 years. And then I fought again 3 weeks later. Then I fought again 2 months later, 3 months later. And now I'm fighting again 3 months later. This is the most Muay Thai fights I've had in 1 year in my life, or most fights in general I've had in 1 year, even in MMA. So I'm excited to fight and get my skill set in. And I'm just excited to showcase good Muay Thai again. And honestly, that's the truth. And hopefully everybody wants to come and watch and check it out on Facebook live stream or buy tickets from us and watch it live.
How awkward is it for you, or different is it for you, preparing each fight to each fight? Because depending on, you get a Hopalov, you get a more of a Muay Thai fighter, where in one of these East Brothers, you're getting guys that are more MMA fighters also jumping over. So how different is that for you with the American scene versus in Thailand, you're taking on just other Muay Thai fighters?
Yeah, truthfully, for me, I just fight my way. And we kind of adjust game plan as we go. There's a couple little things here or there we work on for each guy, but kind of just, if I go and just fight my way myself, I'll be able to do what I got to do to win. Like with Cody, we had a game plan, and the game plan going in, we had to change it in the third round, and you could see that change right away. So I think that fighting Muay Thai rules with Muay Thai fighters is great. It showcases good Muay Thai, but I'm glad there's other heavyweights from MMA and boxing and stuff transferring over to Muay Thai. It gives us more opportunities to showcase what the heavyweights can do, because everyone always thinks we're just going out there to swing for the fences and knock each other out. Well, that's the case, but there's also really good technique involved with heavyweights as well, and I just want people to realize that and have a good time watching it.
Who was it during that Cody East fight that told you to go from being more laid back, the counter striker, to applying the pressure and getting in the clinch?
Well, that's mostly that was me being more an aggressive fighter instead of laying back. I could tell he was getting tired, but then one of my trainers, Aaron Meisner, he owns Royal Striking Muay Thai. He smacked me in the face and said, "What'd you come here to do?" And I was like, "Win." And at that moment, I kind of was just like, "Oh, I need to go. Just go for it, no matter what happens." And it kind of just like the change of like what we're doing. And then my trainer crew, Eric, we had a good game plan of slipping the jab or catching the jab and firing ours back. He did want me to kick more, and I didn't kick enough in the Cody fight. And then the Hopoval fight, I kind of got into a slugfest, but then I started using my elbows and knees, and that's what opened up everything else. My left body kick I threw on Hopoval, the same one I threw on Cody, did a lot of damage. The first one I threw on Hopoval, and the first three I threw on Cody. I stopped kicking, which isn't my game. My game is to kick. And I need to just go out there and kick and blast some people's ribs and arms apart.
What do you think that's going to take to stay in your game, to stay with what you do best?
Man, just go out there and just have the good mindset and good mentality and have confidence in my skills, and knowing that everybody who came and are watching believe in me and are ready for me to win, and do what I know how to do. Instead of sitting back and just waiting for the moment, I need to just go out there and just take it to them. So I'm excited, man. Tyler East is very long. He's 6'5". He's tall. The last time I fought a guy who was taller than me, I knocked him out in a minute and 30 seconds. So I'm excited to showcase some more Muay Thai skills against another really tough, hard opponent.
Also mentioned you've put in all this work at your gym. Tell us about your gym.
My gym is Chunky Athletics, LLC. We're a traditional style Muay Thai school in Wilmington, Delaware. We're the only Muay Thai school in Delaware, the whole state. I believe that we have some of the best technique around. A lot of other gyms tell us we have really good technique. Whether I have fighters or not I don't care personally. I just rather have good guys who come up and want to learn what Muay Thai is about, have good technique, and that's what matters to me. I also think that our gym, even though we don't have a ton of fighters, we have a couple of kids who are up and coming, and in the next couple of years are going to be on the circuit, and everyone's going to know who we are. So I'm just excited to make them all proud when I go out there and win again on December 7th.
December 7th, Joe Stripling, Tyler East, USKA heavyweight title fight. Sir, it's been great getting to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on, and hopefully we'll do it again after I win.
Definitely. And is there anybody else that you need to thank or shout out to?
I just want to thank my two sponsors, or my three sponsors, if I can, and Eric and Joel Heating and Cooling. My buddy Josh owns that company. He's been doing a great job of helping me out with my new gym, keeping everything warm and cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Helping me out. So he also does privates with me. He's a great guy. And then my t-shirt company, Cornerstone Printing. My buddy Bobby, he always makes the best t-shirts for every fight, making me look good and strap me up. And then my newest sponsors, Maha Fight Gear. They are the next upcoming thing for Muay Thai gear coming straight out of Thailand. from New Jersey. They're doing a great job. I've fought in their gloves before, and they're amazing. And now the gear they gave me in shorts for my fight, man, I can't wait to showcase their stuff while I'm out there winning with another knockout.
Joe, like I said, great getting to talk to you. Thank you for the time.
Yes, sir.